Now, also remember, as Democrats fuel even more baseless tinfoil hat conspiracy theories, this time a cover-up by the Attorney General Barr, look at this law. It's the obstruction law, 18 U.S.C. 1505. Look at the language. It requires intent. Any obstruction case hinges on whether someone was corruptly trying to influence the investigation. I think that's like if you have subpoenaed emails, the intent to delete them, clean out your hard drive with bleach pit, bust up your devices with hammers, and take out SIM cards. That might show intent. Joining us now to explain all this is the attorney for the president, former mayor, New York City, Rudy Giuliani. Mr. Mayor, a 9-month FBI, they concluded, no there. We had the House Intel Committee, no collusion. Bipartisan Senate Committee, no collusion. Attorney General Barr quoted Robert Mueller, no collusion. Now they've moved on to this. Let's talk about the law that I just mentioned.
Well, it's absolutely disgraceful, Sean. I mean, the reality is that to obstruct justice, you have to threaten, you have to impede, you have to get in the way of somebody. Let's go back to the one that Weinstein and all of his angry Democrats used to push, which is when the president allegedly said, the president said this conversation never took place. He said to Flynn, you know, I hope you can see fit to drop this or not pursue this. First of all, you don't have obstruction by hope. You have obstruction by coercion, threat. I'll break your legs. I'll take your food away, or I'll kidnap your children. I prosecuted a lot of obstruction cases. Nobody ever started an obstruction sentence with I hope. And nobody ever did obstruction by putting out a legal memo for the whole world to see. And we're going to find out in a week or two how accurate Bill Barr's summary was. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be 100% accurate. Bill Barr is a great lawyer, and he is an extraordinarily honorable man. I can't say that for the congressmen who are making all these wild, crazy, insane threats. Their claim of obstruction against the Attorney General of the United States is no better than the 2-year claim of obstruction by the angry Democrats that tried to claim the president was obstructing. The president didn't obstruct anything. And the best evidence of that is they completed their darn investigation. How the heck did it get obstructed? Nothing was obstructed.
And by the way, it was very clear in the Attorney General's letter that both he and Rod Rosenstein, who appointed the special counsel, decided very quickly, without any consideration of the Justice Department rule about whether or not you can indict a sitting president, but more importantly, it was being discussed the whole time. And there's also, beyond intent, there's no crime. So the president saying, I hope Flynn doesn't go to jail after serving his country, or firing Comey, which he had a right to do, or saying it's a witch hunt is not. Nobody was obstructed.
This would be the obstruction case to end all obstruction cases. In other words, somebody obstructed to obstruct an investigation of a non-crime that he didn't commit, that he was innocent of, and then it turned out he didn't obstruct. That they interviewed 500 witnesses, got 1.4 million documents, got every wish fulfilled, and engaged in some practices that are truly horrendous, like raids in the middle of the night, bringing CNN in to photograph raiding Stone's house, for example. Leaking now. I mean, everybody misses the real point here. The real wrongdoing are the prosecutors who just leaked. I thought Mueller didn't leak. Ha!
Yeah,
you believe that one, and I'll sell you the Brooklyn Bridge.
Let me change topics for a second. In a few days, there's an election in Israel. Both of us have been friends with Prime Minister Netanyahu for a long time. You now have this crazy opponent, Benny Gantz is his name, who actually is pushing, he's saying to the people of Israel, oh, Putin is trying to help Bibi, Trump is trying to help Bibi, and without any evidence whatsoever. And I'm thinking, if there's one guy that has had moral clarity and been a Churchillian figure, understanding the moral imperatives of our time, it's Prime Minister Netanyahu on Golan, on Jerusalem, etc.
Well, maybe there's a consistency here. What the president did was to help Israel, twice, with the embassy and then with Golan and many other things. The president had to reverse the betrayal of Israel by Obama. And so, I mean, the president has been a great president for Israel. But then also he comes after Obama, who was the worst president for Israel.
It's the best relationship we've ever had.
It just so happens that in helping Israel, he helps the prime minister. But what is he supposed to do? Not help Israel?
This has been the best relationship between Jerusalem, now being the recognized capital, Golan Heights for protection. I hope the people of Israel understand this is the best it's ever been.
They've also developed a real good alliance with the Arab countries around them, so that they pose now a real substantial defense to Iran.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Good
to see you.